It is a sunny 75 degrees outside. I am today doing a new trail, the Upper Hillsborough Trail here just outside beautiful Zephyr Hills, Florida. It is an out and back trail, 4.6 miles each way. That means 9.2 miles total today, guys. My longest walk ever, just longer than 9-mile walk, because I'm getting ready for the big 12-mile walk here on March 30th, doing the Colt Creek double loop. So I hope you'll join me for that. But today, I hope you sit back and enjoy as we explore the Upper Hillsborough Trail together. So let's do it. Why don't you walk with me for a minute? Let's go. We are out here about a half mile into the trail, and we have come to our first obstacle. It looks like a storm or something has taken this tree down, maybe even struck by lightning. We'll see here, but we have to climb over a tree here in the middle of the trail. That's what I'm doing so expertly. Boy, you should have seen that. I know that's terrible. But check this out, like behind me, that whole big sucker there completely knocked down, and you can see where it came from. Looks like it might have been struck by lightning. There's definitely some burn marks. So there's a few of them out here like this, so maybe it was one of those controlled burns. I don't know, but you would think it would have gotten more of that. I'm not an expert is what I'm saying, but there is definitely a tree down right in the middle of the walkway. So watch out. Today is the longest trail I've ever walked. It'll be a little over 9 miles once we're fully done. And sometimes you wonder about strategy for doing a longer trail. Is it a different mindset you have to have? What I find is when I'm doing a longer trail, I don't pace myself. I don't slow down the pace at the beginning. If anything, I try to pick up the pace to get farther out quicker. Because for me, the struggle is the first mile. That first mile, I'm thinking, do I really want to be out here? I have other things I could be doing. It's not too late to turn around, go back, tackle it another day. But once I get past that first mile or so, and really the farther into the trail I get, the easier it is for my brain to be like, okay, we're out here for the long haul. So I'm trying to push the pace a little bit today, get deep into the woods here, so my brain can't tell me to turn around and go home and sit on the couch. So, see how that works. We're about to hit the mile marker now, so only 8 more to go. Time for everyone's favorite game show. What color trail markers are we following today? And if you've been paying attention, you might already know, but if you haven't, great. I'm glad to know no one pays attention during the videos. But here's what we're gonna do. You can have just a few seconds to guess. So go ahead and put in the comments there which color you think we're following today. You have 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Turns out we are following yellow. So congratulations to all you Coldplay fans out there. Let's keep going. We have come to our second little bit of trail mishap here. As you can see, this is totally dug up. Lots of ruts here right through the middle of the trail. Gonna have to walk through. Tells me there's some boar out here, and I don't just mean my jokes. Anyway, so yeah, right through the middle of the trail. Don't see that very often, but there it is. Regardless, it's all over here. So lots of activity out here in these short palms. Won't see them likely during the day here today. Woo, I tripped. Won't see them during the day, but you can still see what they do during the evening. The evidence left behind, as it were. It's no secret by now how much I love canopy going down a trail, and this trail has had plenty of covering, but I really wouldn't classify it as canopy. I would just classify it as you're in the woods. So it's just surrounding you. So I'm not really inspired by the canopy out here. I'm more like, yeah, I'm just kind of wandering through the woods. Of course, there's trees around me. It's less magical, is what I'm saying. And really, that's what I'm looking for from my canopy. Magic. This is a first for me, as this trail takes us across the railroad tracks. I'm literally standing on the tracks hoping the train's not coming, and none so far. Kind of dangerous, but that's the way the trail says to go. So across the tracks we go, onto the other side. There's only 2 rails, I can't touch a third. Not that kind of train. Anyway, let's keep going. I just want to say, seriously guys, that was kind of difficult and dangerous. So I don't know if you're planning on coming out here, but if you are, know that's there and have a plan. If you don't think you can get up and down those rocks, maybe just come out halfway or come out to that point and turn around. It's about 2.9 miles. That might be a good stopping point, but we're on the other side now. We're going to keep going. That is a very unique feature of this trail, and one that I kind of can't believe is there, but it is. So let's keep going. We are coming up on the turnaround point for this out and back trail. It's 4.6 miles out, and then you turn around and go 4.6 miles back. And I kind of wish it was like chess, where you get your pawn all the way to the other side of the board, and then you get to upgrade. You know, it's like a rook or a bishop or a queen even. And then you get a special power where you can like zip around the board. Instead, this is just like you get to the end, that side of the board, your pawn, and like, haha, now you gotta go back to the other side, you little pawn. That's not really how chess works, but I feel like a pawn in the game of life, like Mongo. Boom. We have found a little pond out here. Nice serene pond. Lots of lily pads and some grass growing out there. You can hear the frogs croaking. They're having a good time. So we're almost exactly at the turnaround. So if you start from the south end, this will be your reward for making it to the halfway point. Very nice. Let's keep going. Just like finishing the 9th hole on a golf course, it is time to make the turn. We have made it. 4.6 miles. 4.6 to go. Gotta love it out and back. Here we go. Walk this way. I don't know if this means anything, but I do know in the game Candyland, it would mean I get to jump 2 yellow spaces, but I think I still have to follow this trail. So unfortunately, we're not going to the Candy Castle quite yet. One underrated aspect of walking outside, as opposed to maybe going to a gym, getting on a treadmill or an elliptical machine. And please don't overlook this, and please don't think I'm joking when I say this. I am absolutely serious. One of the most underrated aspects and benefits of walking outside is the freedom of flatulence. You can just absolutely let them rip out here, and no one's gonna care, because you're likely out here alone and no one's around. They won't even hear. It's very freeing. We were meant to rip it this way. We were not meant to hold it in and be polite. So let it go. Well, an immediate update to the previous video on flatulence. I was giving that diatribe about breaking wind whenever you want out here on the trail. No one's gonna care. And unbeknownst to me, about 40 feet ahead of me around a curve was a couple who was hiking. I mean, yep. If you ever wonder if people who walk around filming themselves have any shame, I can't speak for everyone, but I do. It's already embarrassing enough that I'm walking around with a camera filming myself talking. I feel self-conscious about that. But then, to literally be talking about farting in the woods in front of other people. This is my life. There's also some marking out here for potential hazards, and we have a limbo bar out here in the middle of the trail. I am not going to limbo because if I did try to limbo, I'd be all alone out here for hours. My back would give out. So we're gonna ducko, and then keep going. No limbo for me. I'm not limber enough. Dad joke. I am by no means an expert trailsman. Okay, I'm a rank amateur, but just a little piece of information I've gleaned from being out here on these trails. If you come to a point where you see a trail marker that has 2 sets on it, so 1, 2, I have to do that backwards. What you can do is you can look at that and say, okay, the one in the middle of the bottom, that's the trail I'm following, and then up and to the right, yellow, that means I need to go right. So this is kind of a place where it might not be obvious which way to go. So if you look the one in the middle, if there's one to the right, you go to the right. If there's one to the left, you go to the left. It's kind of a simple little thing that you figure out here. And again, I'm figuring all this out as I go. So some of you experts are out there saying, yeah, no duh. But hey, I'm running my own race, so I'm figuring it out as I go. So remember, there's one off to the right, you're going to the right, one off to the left, you're going to the left. And be careful out here, we're running into a lot of mud. All right, so let's keep going. are coming to the end of this Upper Hillsborough trail. My overall thoughts, I thought it was all right. Not one of my favorite trails. I'm not a big fan of out and backs. And so, you do the first half and the second half is everything you've already seen. It's definitely a step up from some of the other trails we've done as far as difficulty. There's some footing issues in areas you got to be aware of. So make sure you wear good shoes. I would not recommend this for a first-time hiker. If you've done a few trails, you could handle it. But maybe not the first one to start off with. There were some beautiful things out here. It was a beautiful day. I'm glad I got outside and got in 9 miles. Actually a little over, about 9.2 miles it's gonna end up. So overall, a fun day. Now, I'm gonna rest a little bit. I'm tired. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing. Follow me on socials. All of them are Justin.Aultman. The links are below as well. And once again, guys, thanks for walking with me. We'll see you next time.